going on, everybody? Dale Valor here with another MVD exclusive video. So what I wanted to talk about today is a topic that has been around since the dawn of time, okay? Seemingly, anyway, at least as long as dating advice has been around, okay? And what I'm talking about is, what is your personal style of game? What type of things resonate with you that, where you're not trying to transform yourself into a completely different person that isn't your personality, which seemingly is a big knock on this particular sphere, okay? And what basically it's like, you hear so many people say like, well, I don't want to be a different person. Why can't I just be good enough? I don't want to have to go out here and be fake and try to fake my way through an interaction with a woman and all that kind of stuff. And you shouldn't. Quite frankly, you shouldn't be fake. You should be ultra real, as a matter of fact. But the thing is that there's so many people who think that you have to be conniving or, manipulative and all that type of stuff. And you don't, man. You don't have to be like that at all. But, what they see is all these different coaches and all these different gurus or whatever. And they're like, I should do like what he does, or I should do what he does. And that's okay to a degree. And we're going to get into that a little bit. But the thing is that ultimately, you should be looking to form what is your style of game, right? So I got a few thoughts on it. We're going to get into it right now. Let's go. Number one, learn the fundamentals, okay? Now look, the fundamentals could be different depending on who you ask, all right? Here's the deal, man. I've said this since forever, okay? Find a coach or a mentor that you resonate with, okay? It doesn't have to be me. It can be anybody that you kind of feel like, hey, you know what? At least this is the way that I would go about it, okay? If a particular coach has a similar personality type as me, I'm going to resonate more with that guy. As long as his advice is good and it's actionable and it yields results, that's really what it boils down to. So the thing is, find somebody that you resonate with. Find somebody that speaks your language, okay? The way that I was going about it when I was learning all this stuff was, hey, if I'm listening to somebody, if I feel like, I'd be friends with that guy. I'd like hanging out with him. He just seems like a good person, Seems like a cool guy just to get to know and hang out with. I would be way more open to that guy's information than somebody who's like, oh, God, man, I don't like this guy at all. I can't stand this guy's personality, Even if his information was good, I wouldn't be as open to it because I just didn't like him, And again, that's fine. You cannot like me. There's no crime against that. Okay, if you like somebody else more, that's fine too. Hey, it's all good. But the thing is, find somebody that you resonate with and start learning the fundamentals. Now, learning the fundamentals doesn't mean that you're transforming everything about yourself and becoming just a different person completely. You're, trading in your personality for a fake one. No. Take the actionable steps that they give you and follow through with it. See what works for you and what doesn't. It's like trying on clothes, man. You try on a shirt, you like the shirt, otherwise you wouldn't even be trying it on in the first place. You like the shirt, but the shirt is too small, okay? Are you gonna go around with this shirt, all just stretched across you? Probably not, You're probably going to either find a different size of that same shirt or get a different shirt, right? Because the thing is, not everything is going to fit for you. You try it on, see if it fits, and if it does, you keep it. If it doesn't, you discard it. And that's what I'm talking about. Try things, experiment, add your own little flavor to it, and see how it works for you. And keep what works and discard the rest, all right? Okay, we're gonna get number two. Let's go. Number two, be yourself, all right? There's nothing more cliche than that statement though, right? But hear me out, okay? When I say be yourself, we talked about it a little bit in the first point. Don't feel like you have to transform everything about yourself to become a completely different person where you feel fake and fraudulent. You don't have to do that, okay? The thing is, if there's things about you that you want to change, for example, maybe you're not the most confident guy in the world and you want to have more confidence. Is that being fake by you getting more confidence? Like, I'm super shy and I'm timid and not outgoing at all and I have no confidence whatsoever in myself or my abilities. Like, by you overcoming those obstacles doesn't mean that you're a different person. It just means that you added to what was already there. You took some of the parts that weren't working for you and transform those into things that do work for you. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make you a different person. You're not being fake, okay? You're just getting better. Like, man, look, if somebody's getting cancer treatment, is that them not being themselves? Right? I mean, seriously. I mean, it's their body cells. It produced this cancer that's eating away at them. I guess I may as well go on ahead and just, have cancer because that's who I am at the core. No, that's stupid, right? So the thing is, you don't have to transform who you are. You just have to improve who you are. Okay, and that's a never-ending process, man. None of us have arrived, okay? I haven't arrived, you haven't arrived. Even people look, if you ask The Rock, okay, I think that 99% of people would say The Rock has arrived, okay? Dwayne Johnson, he's arrived. If you asked him, I would venture to say that he would tell you that he hasn't, okay? Because everybody has their own personal stumbling blocks and obstacles that they're trying to overcome. It's just, maybe his obstacles, we can't even perceive it because we're not on that level, okay? But at the end of the day, nobody's arrived. It's a lifelong process. But the good news is you can be a lot further ahead if you take the steps that you need to take to transform yourself into being a better version of you. It's not about you not being yourself. It's about you improving to be your best self. All right? And listen, in the comments, what I'd like you to do is tell me what you think your personal style of dating or game or whatever you want to call it, okay? What is it for you, okay? I'd be curious to know that. I'd love to have that conversation, so drop it in the comments. All right, we're going to get number 3. Let's get it. Number 3, take the appropriate action. Look, you're never going to find your style and what works for you if you don't take actionable steps to go out there and see, right? I mean, it's like this. It's like, okay, I'm gonna watch the Karate Kid movie 50 times, and by the time I'm done, I better be a ninja. Like, no, that's not how it works. You can watch these videos, and that's great, and I'm glad that you do. But the thing is, at the end of the day, if you're not going out and implementing what you learn, this is just strictly entertainment for you. Am I more entertaining than what you're going to find on Netflix? Thank you if you said yes. But the thing is, yeah, I like having a good time and I like being entertaining to a degree, but ultimately this is informational because we want to educate you on things that you can do to improve your life. If you don't want to improve your life, then all this is just you watching something, And I would prefer it not be that way. I'd prefer that you go ahead and you start trying things out. Like we talked about before, trying on new clothes, taking off what doesn't work for you, what doesn't fit, discarding it, keeping what does, adding to it. That's the way that I learned, was basically going out, field testing what I was told would work, seeing what worked for me, keeping it, and discarding what didn't. There was way more things that didn't work for me than what did. So what did I do? I focused on the things that did work for me. I didn't keep running with it and beating it into the ground of, well, let me just go out here and fail as many times as I possibly can. You know what I mean? No, to me it was, let me go out here and small chunk everything and see what is effective for me, my personality type, who I am, where I'm at, all that kind of thing. And this is no different for you. You have to go out and take the action, because otherwise, all you're going to be doing is consuming information. And that's cool, and it's good to have that information. God knows we've got over a couple hundred videos on this channel, and there's, Jesus, man, thousands and thousands and thousands of videos of content out there that you can learn from, learn something anyway. And so why are you putting yourself through all this, hoping that you get better, when there's no way to track that? There's no way to chart it because you don't go out and do the steps. So get out there, man. Turn this video off. Like, I don't know if a YouTuber has ever said that before, but turn this video off right now and get out there. Well, actually, listen to the last point. Then turn it off and go out there, all right? So that's the deal. All right, we're going to hop into number 4. Let's go. Hey, listen, guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you. Look, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. We don't want you to miss out on any of the great content, the information that we're putting out there that can be beneficial for you today. Also, share it with somebody that you know needs to see this information. And in addition, man, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. We always like you to comment, all that kind of thing. You know the deal. And in addition to all of that, make sure that you join us September 25th for our live Zoom event. We do one on the last Saturday of every month. It's always a great time. We always go super deep on a topic. And this month, what we're going to be talking about is sexual mastery. All right, how to really get down. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. Register for the event and just show up. It's 100% free. You got nothing to lose. It's a great time. Bring some questions with you. We always do a great Q&A session. So look, I'll see you there. Number 4, if it works, it works. All right, man, I get so frustrated. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when somebody tells me that a particular style or a particular way of doing things doesn't work at all. It's so not true, man. You know, you have so many guys on one side of the coin that's like, you know, you have to go indirect because you got to have a strategy. You can't let on that you're interested in them too soon, because if you do, you know, they're going to perceive themselves as being higher value, and, you know, they're going to look down on you, and, you know, and it's not going to work. You know, so you got to go indirect so as that you have that strategic seduction type of mechanism going on in this interaction. Then on the other side of that coin, you got the guys that are like, nope, the only thing that works is direct, because you have to show that you're alpha, and you have to show that you're, you know, that you have the confidence to walk directly right up to her, state your business, and get it popping. Anything else is just manipulative, and it's a bunch of games, and it doesn't work. Man, I am here to tell you, everything works. Everything works. It's just a matter of what works best for you. And which is why we were talking about in all these other points that, look, you got to get out and do the action. You got to see what works for you, because if you don't, then you're never going to know. Okay? So, look, you got to, again, try things on, see what works, discard what doesn't. Look, everything works, man. It's just a matter of what works best for you as an individual, okay? Look, there's tons of guys that kill it by going indirect. There's tons of guys that kill it going direct, okay? Tons on both sides of that coin. And so, look, you can't tell me that one works, one doesn't. They both work. It's just works for you. That's basically what it boils down to. And that's what the whole premise of this video is about. Once you find what works for you, even if it flies in the face of conventional advice that you may find out there, if it's working for you, who am I to tell you that that's stupid and doesn't work? When you're like, well, Dale, turns out I'm being very successful at doing this. No, man, impossible. You know, like, that's silly, you know, because if it's working for you, keep running with it. Look, man, you might, now I would never advise you do this, but hey, you might I don't know, man, get a dozen roses and walk up to a girl with a dozen roses and a box of chocolate and be like, I think that you're really pretty and I would like to get to know you better and I want to ask you on a date. Will you go on a date with me, my Valentine? You know, and give her the box of chocolate and the flowers. I would never advocate that. I would never teach that. I would never coach that. I think it would be ridiculous. But if you've been going out there and you've been crushing it with that, who am I to tell you that it doesn't work? You know what I mean? It works for you. So that's what I mean. Get out, try different things, stretch your comfort zone a little bit. You know, experiment, play with it. Look, the world is your laboratory, man. All you got to do is dig your hands in and start experimenting, okay? That's what's up. So listen, we talked a lot in this video about the fundamentals and all that kind of thing. And look, we have over 200 videos on this channel. And many of those videos are directly related to the fundamentals, okay? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna link up a video on opening, all right? Because that seems to be a deal where a lot of guys struggle is, they can't even get the ball rolling because they're afraid to approach, and that's okay. Pretty much every guy deals with that on some level, okay? So we're gonna link up the video on approach anxiety and opening and things like that, and we go really deep on it, man. We're gonna give you some actionable things that you can go out there and do today. So check that video out, and I will see you there.